Hey everybody, welcome to the Ron Line Report. What a guest I have today. This is Kit Sanderson, who runs MD Latino, mdlatino.com. If you're Spanish speaking or just want to check out some awesome coverage of all the divisions all across all of Latin America, that's what this guy encompasses. He's the man when it comes to Latin American fitness and bodybuilding. Kit, thank you for being at the NPC Nationals there in Miami for us. We appreciate it very much.
What's up from 305, everybody? A lot of great physiques this weekend. Over 800 competitors. Definitely a lot of depth in the bodybuilding, which is very promising to see. Great looking bikini girls. Can't lie about that. And a great time at, once again, a successful NPC Nationals show here in Miami, Florida.
Okay. So I'm going to start right from what I consider the most interesting to most of my viewers and then work my way down. So we'll start with the super heavyweights. So a guy named Jonas Giatras from Connecticut, who trains at Montanari Brothers Powerhouse Gym, where Evan Centopani and a lot of other people from that area train. Looked like this guy was in shape, had plenty of size.
He was middle the whole time, especially in the overall. He just didn't have the symmetry that Matthew Schmidt had, but he looked great. Look out for that guy. With a little bit of work, I think he's going to do some damage.
Okay. And runner-up, Ben Rafala, who I know because he came out to Boston a couple of years ago to win one of our shows. It was either Cutler Classic or New England. I want to say Jose coached him. I'm not entirely sure. I'll get in big trouble now if someone else coached him. But I think it was Jose. But Ben, runner-up, and also got a pro card. But props to him because I remember he was probably about 220 when he won, 215 or 220 when he won the Boston show. So he's now a legit super heavyweight and a pro now. Did you get a good look at Ben?
No, not too much. But I was really looking at the overalls, and I got to say, there was a lot of meat this year, where years past, the bodybuilding had been down a little bit since I think Sergio Oliva Jr. won, and now it's back up. So it's very promising to see those numbers move back up. Obviously, there's a lot of people from up north, which you're more familiar with than I'm more of like Southeastern, because I cover some of the local events here with the NPC. And it's just very promising to see that.
Yeah, because, even I have been saying that classic physique, not that it's killing bodybuilding, but it's taking a lot of competitors that would have been bodybuilders where now they see that as a more viable alternative. And we are definitely seeing bigger numbers in classic since it started, which I worried about bodybuilding when that was happening. But this looks like everything's going to be okay for bodybuilding. Basically.
Yeah, the numbers are up, and obviously numbers are up internationally. I think it's one thing you touched on about a lot of athletes going to the classic physique. One thing I noticed in the overalls in the classic physique division was a lot of crossover bodybuilders.
Did they do both in this show?
Yeah, some did both. Some just look a little more like bodybuilders than classic physique. Yeah. And I think that's one reason why the overall Jordan Tripp, he just stood out. He was shredded, and he just had the look for classic. There's a couple other guys that hit posing with the vacuum that looked great. But if you're talking apples to apples, oranges to oranges comparison, Jordan Tripp and the classic physique just had the complete package.
Yeah, and that's good to see because, like you said, there's a lot of bodybuilders who just think, well, I could do classic because I can get to that weight. But they don't have the pretty shape. Classic is supposed to be beautiful, symmetry, shape, proportions, and it's just because you can make the weight for your height doesn't mean you have those things. But I did check out a couple pictures of Jordan, and
he's got it all, quads, man.
Yeah, I was gonna say big legs on that guy. Yeah, they would definitely be great legs even for open bodybuilding for sure. So anybody wants to bag on classic, good luck. Heavyweight and overall bodybuilding though. Never heard of this guy till now. Matt Schmidt. He's a police officer from Houston, Texas, who trains with last year's overall champion, Hunter Labrada. Son of the great Lee Labrada.
Yeah.
I mean, I only saw pictures. What did this guy Matt look like in person?
This is it was like his fourth or fifth time trying to get his pro card. So he's been at it for a while. He's placed in the finals several times. Yeah. But I think he said he's about 34 years old. You can kill me if I'm wrong about that. It's in the interview. But he looks great. He was on the money. It was very close to Jonas. In fact, they had the two in the middle, and Jonas was more in the center. And I had called Matthew to win it just because Matthew Schmidt's back was no joke.
Yeah.
That is one of the most complete backs I've seen in a long time. And not just his upper back, his lower back, the glutes, everything was complete. I felt that Matt was lacking just a little bit in the chest pectoral area. But overall, just looking at the two, Matt looked more symmetrical. He just looked like a more complete bodybuilder. Not to take anything away from Jonas. They both look great, but that's how you win an overall, because they're looking for the overall, absolute overall package. I see this a lot internationally too, where smaller guys sometimes can come up and win the overall. That tends to happen a little more internationally. And it's because they come up with more symmetrical packaging or packages that just have a better overall look.
Yeah. I mean, the people that they choose as the winners, typically it's the most complete physique. It's the best overall total package. So somebody looks really good, but they're lacking in the back or the legs or the chest or whatever. It can really hurt them, because at this level, every single one of those guys has won probably a half a dozen overalls before they made it to this national stage. They're all great. If you were at the gym with each one of these guys in the top 5, you'd be like, wow, you're going to win the whole show. But obviously, you put them all together, 800 of these people in the same stage over a weekend. It's the best of the best of the best.
What I like
Runner
about
up.
Jonas is, I like about Jonas is he could pose real well. That got the crowd's attention right away, and he had a lot of fans rooting for him. So it was an interesting show. They had the bodybuilding, of course, at the end. It was the last category, so all the competitors were just gassing out, right? Hungry.
What time was it when that thing
one of
ended?
those guys gave everything they had.
Yeah. How late did this thing get out?
It wasn't too bad. By the time I think they called all the winners is 10 o'clock.
Oh, that's not too bad. Okay.
No, not too bad at all.
Okay, so
It ran pretty smooth.
of course, it has to with all those people. So runner up in the heavies also got his card. Guy named Casey Castro. I took a couple looks at him. Nice, beautiful shape on this guy. He's got a taper, condition. He's also probably going to be a decent pro.
Yeah, definitely.
Light heavies. I'm not familiar with these guys, but the winner was Fernando Bueno. Do you know Fernando at all?
No.
No? Okay. Congrats to him. And Stephen Wayne, the runner-up. Middleweight, the name sounds very familiar. Robert Wickman. I think he's been at this national level for a while. The name is very familiar. The middleweight champ.
I just saw a lot of people from the Carolinas, Texas, and northeastern states, like over where you are, the tri-state area. I didn't bump into too many, locals here as far as bodybuilding. But
yeah, that's odd because it's in Miami.
Yeah, well, there's usually a heavy local presence here. I mean, I remember when Alexis Rolon won nationals. That was insane.
Yeah. He's from Puerto Rico.
Yeah, he's got a huge fan base here.
Welterweight, Orlando Perdomo was the champ on that class. Lightweight, Jose Suarez. Bantamweight, Jason Imamura. Classic, we already mentioned the overall champ, Jordan Tripp Arthur. Looks like he's gonna make a good impact once he heads into the pro shows. Men's physique. This guy, you talked about a good back. I checked out the overall winner. It was class H, which is, it must be like 6'1" or 6'2", right?
He was
A,
tall.
B, C, D, E, F, G, H.
Harder, right? Yeah.
But I looked at the back shots on this guy, Patrick Martin, and he's got a better.
That's right.
Yeah, thick. The back in the middle, the lower back. This guy's got a back like a super heavyweight bodybuilder. It's insane.
Very shredded. And it's going to be interesting, that Tyler released the new protocols for men's physique. There's going to be some serious changes going on. So,
what's the new directives?
It's I got it right here on the IG, the MD Latino IG. We shared it the other day. Give me 1 second as I pull it up.
Yeah, I know, because I was at the Tampa show, and Tyler also addressed all the athletes at the athletes meeting, and he was warning the men's physique guys to not get too big, because a lot of them are really
right.
There's no weight limits for them, so they can get as big as they want.
So
but that doesn't mean
I shared this from the IFBB Pro League Brazil, and that was obviously under Tamara and Tarek Agundi. I saw them last night.
Yeah.
And basically saying that there's just some major disproportion going on in the trunk area, like the mid-torso area. And the arms and the shoulders are getting too big.
Mm.
It's not about size, but it's about the symmetry of a real men's physique,
Yeah.
and not excessively marked. So this is going to be really kicking in 2020. So immediately, and they said, if you have any questions about how you should be perceived on stage, I'm translating this back in Portuguese to English, by the way. So that's why it sounds a little off and slow. But
Wow.
you should definitely reach out to Tyler Mannion, and they put Tyler Mannion's Instagram there.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, it's a big deal. And I've been seeing it for years. Not just here at the national level, but international level. These guys are getting very disproportionate, and it looks odd. It doesn't look
Yeah.
like bodybuilding.
Yeah. I mean, it's strange because they still somehow are able to keep those very small waists, but some of them are getting such a weird look to the arms and the shoulders.
Yeah,
I'm suspecting some of them are putting stuff in there. That's I've seen that look a few times. They don't usually do well. They're not placed well. But you're seeing guys trying to get like freaky body parts, and men's physique's not the word freaky does not even belong. You know, it's supposed to be like a
yeah,
very nice beach body. It's not supposed to be some jacked
right.
trend out guy. Anyway.
Yeah, take a look at some of the guys coming out of they're Venezuelan, but they're out of Costa Rica. They're in the pro league now. There's a guy named Victor Ramirez and a guy named Victor Ramirez and Carlos Gomez. They're both Venezuelan. They live in Costa Rica because everybody knows what's going on in Venezuela right now. Like a lot of the competitors have just got out.
Nothing good is going on in
Yeah,
Venezuela
and
right
you
now.
can't even eat, man. It's like,
Wow.
but look at those guys, man, because they actually have a little bit of leg muscles. They have a little bit of calves.
Yeah.
And it looks like a more complete package. There's another guy named Fernando Valdez out of Mexico City who's a pro. There's a lot of new Miguel Cartaya. He's another Venezuelan. He lives in Ecuador. These are all new pros. They've been competing for a couple years now, but they're muscular, they're big, but they're symmetrical, and they look like men's physique competitors. They're not overpowering, and it's like it really men's physique is gotten really sloppy. It's getting really sloppy. And so it doesn't surprise me that they're enforcing this now,
Yeah.
because they probably want to, before it's like cancer. Once it spreads,
Yeah. I mean, it's
and
like,
they got to
it,
keep the same standard worldwide, right?
yeah,
So
yeah.
that's why I think Tyler was so affirmative in getting the message out soon, so the judges all judge the same way and the same criteria, and really mark down those competitors that are coming off.
Hmm. All right, good job, Tyler. As always, I want to give special mention to the E class winner in men's physique. Why? Because he goes to my gym, Bayshore Athletic Club in
Oh, okay.
Braintree, Massachusetts. This is Chidube Anene. Congratulations. He goes by Dube, Dube Digital on Instagram. Good job, kid. He had just won the show here in Boston 3 weeks ago, and I as a requalification for and a warm up for nationals. I was like, if this kid doesn't turn pro at nationals, I don't know who will, and he did. Real quick, let's go through the women's divisions. Overall, women's physique was the B and overall class winner Lorraine Gonzalez. What do you
Yeah,
recall about Lorraine?
yeah. She was really good. She's military. She's got like 3 kids, single mom, Army, Border Patrol.
Oh,
That
geez.
woman is no joke. She is tough as nails.
She a Navy SEAL too? Shit.
No Navy SEAL, but yeah.
Yeah.
And she's a little older too, so she to win that title meant everything for her.
Good for her. So figure overall went to the A class, the shortest class. Rachel Shoemake. Yeah, what were your impressions on Rachel?
Didn't see her, honestly. That's the one interview I didn't get, unfortunately. I didn't see anybody from figure.
That's okay. I mean, that's a huge
I'm not
class.
proud
It's
of
a huge
that,
class.
but it is what it is.
Congratulations, Rachel. Women's
Congratulations.
bodybuilding middleweight and overall champ was Erica Hartman,
Hmm.
and
Very nice
she's
aesthetics. Listen, Ron, I'm not gonna lie. I can't stand women's bodybuilding. Okay,
okay.
but this girl
That's
looks nice.
honest honesty. I love it.
I, this woman actually looked nice.
Yeah.
She had a really good look to her. Very aesthetic. Not a man in a whatever, in a bikini.
Yeah.
She looked wonderful. She looked wonderful. I think they're cleaning up women's bodybuilding too, and
Yeah.
that's gonna help make a big comeback for that category. So I'm looking forward to actually seeing it.
It's the easiest class to turn pro in just because of the numbers. This was the
Yeah.
NPC National Championships. I was seeing classes looking at the list where there were 30, 40 people on average in like everything, classic, bikini, men's physique. There was nothing with less than 30 people. She was the only middleweight. There were only 8 women bodybuilders in the show, and 3 of them got pro cards. So 3/8 chance of turning pro. So these women out there who are bodybuilders, this is your time, girls. Come on.
I just, if they're gonna lighten up just a little bit on women's bodybuilding, which I recommend they do, what's gonna be the real difference between women's physique and women's bodybuilding?
You can't
You
really
know,
lighten up too much on women's. You can't tell them don't
right?
get too big and too ripped, or else, yeah, now you're women's physique.
Yeah. So again, it's not my call, but Erica Hartman, congratulations, she looked wonderful.
And last but not least, bikini champ was the G in overall. So she must be about 5'9" or so,
Ariana
5'10".
Brothers,
Ariana Brothers, yeah.
beautiful girl. She looked like a walking trophy. She really did deserve the overall. And the funny thing is, I tend not to like it when people get their pro card too quick,
Mm.
but sometimes they really do deserve it. I've seen this rarely happen, but I tell you what, Ariana, this is her second show. So
Wow.
her first show, she qualified for nationals.
Yeah.
Her second show was a national, and she won her class, and she won the overall. That's
Wow.
amazing. But listen, her symmetry, and she was feminine looking, and her posing.
Yeah.
Those are the 3 key components. And everything just clicked. Her hair and makeup, everything. She just looked beautiful. Fabulous girl.
So next year at all the national shows and all the regional shows and the local shows, we're finally going to have in the United States the wellness division, which you've been covering in Latin America for how long? Like 10 years?
Yeah, it's been around for a while. It's the one thing that the IFBB Amateur League that that still had over the NPC, that one category. And there's been a lot of very talented, voluptuous but muscular women like Viviana Winkler,
Yeah.
Renata Borjas, uh, just Andrea Arce, just a lot of really beautiful women, and especially on social media. Like, you find these girls on social media, they have millions of followers.
I know. I know.
That's ticket sales, buddy. Those are views and clicks and ticket sales. So finally, all these girls, I won't say all of them, but a good 60 to 70% of them are just going to cross over. They've been waiting for the NPC to announce the official category to be in the pro league. So you're going to see the view. If you thought bikini was hot when it first stepped on the scene,
Yeah.
watch out for wellness. I mean, this is going to light up like the 4th of July.
Yeah, I get upset anytime a new division is added just because it's more work for us and I'm lazy. But this is a division I'm actually looking forward to seeing because it's bikini, but with a little more muscle, definitely a lot more lower body muscle, glutes, hams, quads, just a more powerful look. And
Okay, so here it is. They're going to have a little more shoulders. Okay,
yeah,
they're supposed to have a tiny waist, like a square. It's kind of like figure that blocky waistline and chest is no good in wellness. Come on, come on.
there's Junior.
Here's my boss,
Oh, Jefe.
La Jefa Valentina. Say hello.
Hola, hola, Valentina. ¿Cómo está?
And
I assume you're
good
raising her
quads.
bilingual.
Yeah,
Good
she's
quads.
gonna speak Spanish, English, and Italian and Portuguese, but that's
Nice.
another day for another time.
Okay.
Yeah, but the quads and glutes, you're gonna see some bigger glutes. I think that Natalie, hold on, Mariana, can you grab her, please?
This is real life, people. We have
Yeah.
kids. My kids, I get interrupted by my dogs now half the time. Just a reminder, guys, you can check out plenty of our video interviews that Kit did with all the winners on the YouTube, Muscular Development, also on our website, musculardevelopment.com. He also took plenty of paparazzi pictures. You can check those out, musculardevelopment.com on the No Bull Forum. So yeah, wellness is going to be huge. There's no doubt. It's I have a question for you though, Kit, because you've been around and you've covered it so long. It's coming to the USA now for the first time. Do you think Latin women are still going to have a massive advantage in this division?
Yes, and forget about genetics. Here's the reason why. They've been doing it for 6 years. They've been prepping. These coaches like Ricardo Paninin, right? He's
Yeah.
well known. A lot of these coaches have been training these women, and it's actually a real sport for them. So a lot of the U.S. coaches and a lot of U.S. women are going to have to really figure it out. And it's going to take a year or two for the women. Doesn't matter what ethnicity you are.
Right.
You're going to have to give it some time for U.S. competitors here to figure it out, because it's been a real sport for 6 years now or 7 years now internationally. Obviously, it's been groomed through Latin America. A lot of but listen, there are curves all over the world.
Yeah.
And we're looking forward to seeing those curves. So, and it's for a lot of bikini competitors. I almost think, let's take Yarishna Ayala, for example. She's from North America. She's from Puerto Rico, right? A lot of women in that culture in the Caribbean are known for hips, little bigger boom boom, the bigger butt,
Yeah, sure.
If Yarishna had this category, okay, when she was starting out, she would have been an Olympian. And that woman alone can sell 500 tickets at the Olympia by herself. I mean, she's a walking icon. She's millions of followers. She's on TV and everything. Yarishna was good as an IFBB Pro bikini competitor, but as a wellness competitor, she would have torn it up.
Is it too late for? Is she still competing?
For her, huh?
Is she still competing?
Yeah, she's with another league, but I think a lot of those girls were competing in other leagues because there was nothing. They can't make the weight. They diet down. It's just not genetically inclined to look what the criteria was or is for Bikini Fitness IFBB Pro League. Yeah. But wellness, however, is like a fresh start for a lot of these girls. You can say, hey, now I can get back into the game. I don't have to like drop 20 pounds of area, not fat, just areas where naturally there's more meat and muscle.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. So definitely this is going to be a game changer for the shows. Typically I will go to the bathroom or something during bikini, but I will. No, it's no, I'm just being real. Or men's physique. It's not a disrespecting. It's I got to go to the bathroom sometime. So, but I probably won't go when wellness is on. Just being honest.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a cross between fitness modeling, women's figure, and bikini. Yeah. I know it's hard to imagine, but you just go to Instagram and see some of these girls' physiques and what they look like, and if you're a guy who likes muscle on women, you're gonna love wellness.
Yes, and if you like a healthy glutes and quads and hams and calves, even better. I like all that stuff. So
it is freaky. It is freaky, but sexy in a way. It really is. Really. So,
well, let's wrap this up, Kit. I thank you so much for handling the coverage down there. You and your wife did a bang up job with the interviews, with the paparazzi pictures. Like I said, everybody, please check out the interviews on the Muscular Development YouTube channel. Paparazzi pics and interviews are also found on musculardevelopment.com on the Noble forums. And please check out mdlatino.com, which is not one, but how many different websites does that link you to?
So obviously, bodybuilding and fitness has become very big in Hispanic culture. I think it's bigger than ever thanks to Jim Mannion allowing international competitors to turn pro, where it was the impossible dream before. Now with the IFBB Pro League, perhaps there's a lot of pros here in the States, but there weren't in Europe and in Latin America. So now, if you win your overall or runner up to their overall in a lot of these competitions and the bigger competitions, you can get your pro card. And there's more qualifiers now. So there are 14 websites we cover. They are geo-targeted in different regions. And they all kind of cover the local content. So if you're into like Peruvian bodybuilding, it's got a site. If you're into Mexican bodybuilding or Caribbean bodybuilding, it's got a site. So it's interesting because there's a lot of guys we've been covering, like Alexis Rolon, before he even blew up. Like I remember when Alexis was smaller and we were doing, it's almost like for you guys, like the farm system, the minor leaguers.
Yeah. Yeah, and then you watch them rise up through the ranks. It's cool to see people do that over the years.
Yeah,
yeah. A lot of people.
You're going to see that in the pro shows. Like a lot of Europeans are popping up. A lot of Eastern Europeans are popping up. A lot of Latin Americans are popping up, and people are like, "Oh, wow, why are these people?" It's just that they're catching up.
Yeah, I've noticed that this year. I saw a ton of new people from Latin America in the pro shows. A ton of people from Russia and that area of the world, and South Korea is coming on strong.
Yeah.
I don't know, there's a ton of them coming out of Korea now.
Ramen Chang and like Hidetada Yamagishi, all the crew over there, they just internationally, they're all doing a great job. I know that you're going to see some big boys out of Mexico now. Traditionally, you've seen a lot more women's figure, maybe bikini, just maybe now men's physique. You're going to start to see huge and tall bodybuilders out of Mexico. And that's
Wow.
the area that Mexico had been lacking, and now you're going to see them.
Yeah, I remember years ago being at the North American Championships, and it's Mexico, Canada, and the USA. And typically
Yeah.
in the bodybuilding, you'd only see Mexican competitors in the bantamweight and the lightweights. They
Yeah, the
never
lower
seemed to.
classes.
You didn't see them much heavier than that. But yeah, like you said, everything's changing. Everyone's catching up. The
Everybody's catching
playing
up.
field is getting very equal now. It really
Yeah.
is. It's
Well,
a
it'd be
cool thing.
interesting. There's more pro shows internationally. That's better because here we're so seduced by the internet, right? And we want to watch everything online. But I can tell you, there's shows internationally with one or two pro categories, maybe three, and it sounds like the New York Pro Show. That's how excited people are. These shows are packing,
Wow.
so it's exciting.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, Kit, thank you so much for the coverage of the NPC Nationals in Miami. Please check out his website, mdlatino.com. Also on Instagram at mdlatino. Amazing content. So many beautiful. I hate to be this guy, but if you love Latin women, check out all the content on his site because, my goodness gracious, that's all I got to say. And I can say that because I'm married to a Cuban, so it's okay. So that's it. Thanks for everything, Kit. Very hard work. You have a great Thanksgiving with your family.
All right, everybody at MD, thank you very much, and never surrender. Ciao.
Yeah. Thanks for watching, everybody.